we'll see how the week goes with some of those guys. You know, a couple of the guys that missed last week. I think it's all moving in a really good direction with them, and we'll just see kind of where practice takes them this week.
Will they be out there at practice today?
You'll likely see them at practice today.
What about Cam Taylor?
Same boat. DJ Reader is sick today, so you won't see him at practice. That's why.
Tom Ronald's out there at walkthrough. What's that like to happen? You know, after the last few days, just have him out there to be involved.
Yeah, good. He's been around everything he's supposed to be around. So again, it's good to have him out there. I think he lifts everybody up and provides value. You know, even when he's not playing.
Yeah, obviously the Steelers' offense is their offense, but it's hard going in with the unknown of the new coordinator at all.
You know, you got to be ready to react as the game goes. They got guys on staff that have called plays before at other places, so they obviously have a very quality staff they believe in. So, you know, you got to plan for the Pittsburgh offense and be ready to react if you notice anything differently.
In your weekly prep meetings, what's Jay Ryan like?
Same as when he was a backup, really. You know, now you're just instead of talking to Joe, you're more turn your attention to Jake. But same conversations, same questions that he's always asked. Jake's been good about that. Understanding the role of the backup is, you know, again, I've said this before. You're an extension of the coaching staff. If you feel like there's something that hasn't been said or covered, you know, you got to be the one to fill that void. And Jake continues to do that. And so, again, the meetings so far have been great.
What are some good questions that Jake asks?
I mean, just specific to progressions and coverages and all the kind of stuff that comes up in the quarterback room.
What would Chase Brown have to show you this week to be able to play on Sunday?
I think he's feeling pretty good. We haven't done any full speed stuff yet. It's just been more walkthrough stuff, but I'm encouraged with where he's at right now. So we'll see as we get through these next 3 days, but I'm encouraged by him.
What kind of change of pace? You know, the old days, they call that maybe a change of pace back. Does he have the potential to be that for you guys?
Well, I think he's been a productive back when he's gotten his opportunities in college. We haven't given him many opportunities yet. It was kind of he was building a role for himself, you know, pre-injury. So now we just got to see what he's retained and what he can come back to and do. And obviously the muscle memory stuff from being in practice is going to help him. To label it change of pace back, I mean, we've got roles for a lot of the players on our offense that we utilize in different situations. And you know, he'd be one of the guys that fits that category.
Is that an antiquated term? Like, is that offense evolved to the point where so many backs do so many different roles?
I think it's just a matter of finding the strength of each guy, you know, and what you can give them to involve them. And you're trying to play to their strength as best you can. And so, yeah, some guys, maybe there's run scheme that fits them better. And so as you're trying to bring them along, you feel like you give them more of that. Some guys are maybe better in protection. Some are better in route running on third down. And so, you know, I don't think it's antiquated. I think there's a reason for that being said. It's just different teams use different guys for different reasons.
What have you seen from Osai Murphy with Hubbard out?
I think it's been good to continue to get them the experience they've gotten, you know, and you learn more just from getting out there and playing and reacting to different tackles you're going against and different protection looks and or those we've seen different running schemes, you know, from week to week. And so I just think the more that they get a chance to get out there and apply what they're taking in the meetings and practice and get to do live against another team has been beneficial for them.
Obviously, Jamar's always had a very, very big role. But, you know, with Burrow out, does he almost carry even more importance as you shape the game plan for the week?
As he should. You know, he's always a guy that's dangerous with the ball in his hands and draws a lot of attention from the defense. And so we want to continue to apply him in any way we can to help him allow us to win the game. At the same time, you don't want to bang your head against the wall and force balls to people. And we've got a productive offense. We've got a lot of people that can make plays as well. So there's certainly that balance, but involving Jamar is always the wisest thing to do.
Baltimore seemed pretty set on taking him away. What have you guys learned about kind of ways to beat that? Maybe things
We've seen that for years, you know, and so that's nothing new. The way the game went, it didn't work out to get him the ball as much as you'd like to hope. But that's life in the NFL.
Is that like the one advantage of Jake having reps from camp, like he's seen different looks, specifically with Jamar and kind of how Jamar maybe uniquely can beat them?
I think it's helpful that he's gotten more reps. You know, I know it was a couple months ago, but throwing to guys like Jamar, whereas the backup normally wouldn't get that opportunity. So he's got 30 days of work there with Jamar that most backups normally wouldn't have.
over the past couple of years, when Jake would come back from some of the off-season work that he did on his own, was it really noticeable? And if so, what stood out?
I would say I'm aware that those guys do that kind of stuff and maybe tweak something fundamentally. I think that, our belief in him has certainly grown every single year that's passed. And so whether that's because of work he's done on his own, his confidence in the system as he's been here for that amount of time. And so you can see his confidence within the team. I think their team responds to that the right way. He's a guy that is just always here. And so that's a positive thing because he's around his teammates a lot. He's around his coaches a lot. He's around different support staff members a lot. You want that from your quarterback and your key players, where everybody's around him, likes being around him, has confidence in them, pulling hard for them. That's a big element in the NFL. You got a guy you're pulling hard for. And I think everybody in this building is pulling hard for Jake because they've seen the work he's put in and what he's gone through over the several years here and always having the decisions to make at the end of the season. Do I go to somebody's active roster that wants me? Do I stay here where I think I've got a future? And he's always stood by his word. We've always stood by our word that we're going to let you compete. And he's done everything he could to take advantage of that opportunity. And then here he is. He gets the moment he's kind of been waiting for his whole career. And proud of him for going through that the right way and getting to where he is today. And now we've got the confidence that he can go win games for us.
Zach, a lot of people are going to say, how does this team win without Joe Burrow? But in your mind, is the mark of a good team maybe a great team, a team that can win despite injuries, despite an injury to a star quarterback?
Yeah, every team faces adversity in this league. Every team loses good players. It's got to come down to the strength of your locker room and the character in the room and just find ways to win the game. Whether you're winning the turnover battle, whether you're scoring a lot more points on every drive, whether you're winning on special teams, you're at the point of the year where none of that matters. You just got to find a way to win the game, and our team is dead set on finding a way to do that.
Jake seems to have found ways to make contributions. Lou was saying, on Tuesdays he'll study tape with defensive players and give them tips on what the quarterback might be thinking as they're looking at video and all that sort of thing. Is that typical of him, and anything else that you can think of that
No.
you might go above and beyond with?
That's typical of him. He's been doing that. I know he did that last year. I know he did it this year. Last year he was on the practice squad doing the same thing. So he's a football junkie. It's important to him. That's why he's had success at every step of his career. That's why he's a record-setting high school quarterback. That's why he's a record-setting college quarterback. That's why he's gotten an opportunity to stay in Minnesota there for a while and continue to compete. And then when it was time for a change, he came here and he's had the opportunity for a while because he affects the people that he's around in a very positive way. And you want to continue to give him opportunities because you see something there. And again, I put a lot of value in guys that have played a lot of football over the course of their career. There's sometimes, you might get a college quarterback that's really played 1 year, talented, all that. But Jake's a guy who's played a lot of real football, and I think that matters, and I think that'll benefit us.
You also kind of look at what he had to overcome with his shoulder and the physical toughness he's shown over his career too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's again, he's just a gamer. He's a guy that is doing whatever it takes to put himself in a good position, whether that's through injury, whether that's extra film prep, whatever it is. He's done that.
Where would you put his legs and his ability to move? That seems to be something that kind of separates him.
Yeah. You want to give me 5 quarterbacks and I'll stack them in terms of athleticism?
Just kind of like, I don't know.
I think
generally.
Yeah, I think some guys, when the lights come on, I don't know what Jake runs in the 40. I don't know what it is, but some guys like him just have this knack of making plays with their legs and extended plays, and we've seen that from him in the preseason. We've seen it from him last week in the game. And some guys, it doesn't matter what your time speed is. I'm not trying to knock him. It's probably better than I think. But he just finds a way to find that space and the awareness of when to do it and go get your team a first down, or go get an explosive play that propels a drive forward and allows you to go score points. And I think Jake's got that trait to him, and however you want to describe that. And, again, I think part of that is just his overall playing experience. He's played in a lot of games and understands how to handle those moments.
What's the MVP of your Thanksgiving Day spread?
The food item? I like pecan pie. That's my favorite. Pecan.
One you will stay away from? Is there a food you will stay away from?
Gravy in certain settings. I don't like gravy on mashed potatoes. I like it on a biscuit. I don't like it on mashed potatoes. So there's,
Not me.
yeah, there's not many things I stay away from. I'm not gonna lie.
There's something about the texture you don't like with the gravy on the back?
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the reasoning is. It's just.
Butter on the mashed potatoes?
I don't think unless she puts it in there. If she puts it in there, then it's in there. But I don't pay much attention. I just stuff it in my mouth.